First off, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who came out today to celebrate Kate and Sam on this beautiful day. Before we begin, I just have two quick announcements real quick. First off, we're going to have a phone-free ceremony today. We're going to have fluctuations, better now than then. We're going to have photographers set in place to capture this moment. So let's just...
You're the northern wind, sending chills down my spine. You're like falling leaves in an autumn night. You're the lullaby that's singing me to sleep. You are the other half. You're like a missing piece. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. You don't know what you do to me. All four seasons roll into one. You're like the cold December snow in the warm July sun. I'm the jet black sky that's just before the rain, like the mighty current pulling you under the waves. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. You don't know what you do to me. I'm the darkest hour, just before the dawn, and I'm slowly sinking into the slough of despair. It's all behind us. Let's just take a second, just take a deep breath. Look at those smiles out there. Everybody came to see this. Let's just enjoy this moment. This is why we're here. Alright. My name is Jake again. I've been a close friend with Pete and Sam over these last couple of years. I met both of them while we were working at Anodyne and Baby just down the road. I first met Kate the first shift we were working together, closing up the shop. One of our favorite pastimes was to make hot chocolate, talk about philosophy, and then go down to the Newport to close down another establishment. We also love driving around with our friends, screaming along with pop punk hits from the early 2000s. Along with that, we loved having long conversations about Brene Brown, the importance of vulnerability, and discovering our true self. Kate's courage to be herself in any situation, and her bravery in being vulnerable with her friends, was always an encouragement. Our friendship helped me to show gentleness towards myself and to practice vulnerability in our own friend group. Kate was the one who introduced me to the rest of the girls, who would soon become some of the best friends in the world. Kate truly was the glue that held us all together, and still does to this day. When I first crossed paths with Sam at work, I thought she was one of the coolest people I'd ever met in the world. She worked in the kitchen with her tattoos and dreadlocks, and quietly held the respect of everyone working around her. When I thought of Sam, I saw a woman whose inner confidence emanated a sense of ease to everyone around her, that created safety for everyone to be themselves and to find their place. She was kind, with a soft and tender heart, but held the capacity to maintain her own convictions and personality. I've always experienced a sense of safety around Sam, like everything is going to be okay if Sam's here. The joke inside of our friend group is that I've always had the most confidence in Sam to complete a task, like starting a fire or being the last one standing in a survival situation. And it's true. I've always thought the world was. Me and Sam instantly connected over our passion for serving our neighborhoods through art, community care, and creating space for individuals to connect with others. I still think we have some dreams down the pipeline. So, when I saw these two wonderful girls start whispering, and cuddling in backroom bars, and dipping out early to go talk in their cars, I knew something beautiful was about to emerge out of their lives. As they first started talking, they tried to keep their young love quiet while they figured things out. We thought they were telling secrets about us. But really, they were just sneaking away to whisper sweet nothings about each other. However, they could not quite manage from keeping their love from bubbling over one night on the dance floor, and the cat was out of the bag. Since then, I've seen their love grow for one another, the challenges that they have faced, and how they have overcome them together, always stronger for the other side. Their love and passion for each other was never in doubt. The way they looked at each other, the way they held one another, the way they spoke to each other. But the night that I knew that they would go the distance was a night at the art bar, when they shared with me how they had handled a conflict earlier that week. They shared about creating a space that allowed each of them to express their inner worlds in the midst of the conflict and pain. As they shared each of their perspectives, they held space for tenderness and beauty that allowed each of them to be seen and known. After their hearts were seen and received in this place, they became even closer together, and their love grew deeper as intimacy unfolded in the context of the conflict. They let the other see into their pain and love throughout that space. They chose vulnerability over fear. There's a quote from the Netflix original show, The Haunting of Hill House, which states, you're on the same team, even in the middle of the fight. During the fight, you're forgiven. There's no fear, there's no danger, you're safe. It's a beautiful way to be. When your relationship is built upon love, fear is cast out. And even in conflict, it can be the safest place in the world. Once I heard and saw this type of love between these two, I have no doubts what I was seeing was real, authentic, and beautiful, and built to last. Healthy relationships, the ones we admire, the ones we look up to, and the ones that inspire us to love, they don't happen by accident. They take work, they take intention, and they necessitate hard conversations. And this is the type of relationship we're seeing today, and what we're celebrating today. This is the type of relationship that lasts, because its roots are deep, and its foundation is secure in a love that has been tested and proven to be true. The love that these two share for each other is powerful and it's profound. It not only extends to themselves, but to those they have invited to share their lives with. Once again, late one night at a bar, all three of us were having a long conversation about the nature of love. We spoke together about a type of love that pursues you until the end. A love that will pursue you through any obstacle. And a love that will remain steadfast and faithful, like a mast in the ship that won't shatter in the wind. And this is the type of love that I've seen in Kate and Sam's relationship. The love that they have shared with each other has created for myself and our friends a deep sense of home and belonging. A place where vulnerability and self-expression can take place. When you are with them, you feel safe to be loved, safe to be yourself, and safe to show up. So now, as I look at you both, I can already picture the beautiful home that you will create and the experience of love that you're going to share with your family. And I'm honored today to stand with you and to walk alongside you as we begin this journey together. Kate and Sam will now exchange the vows they have written to one another.
I remember the very first day I saw it, and I haven't been able to stop looking since. It was also the first shift we had together at Anodyne. At the end of my shift, I assumingly grabbed a black sweater from the office and left for the night. When I got in my car, I realized I made a mistake because my sweater had been in the passenger seat the whole time. So, embarrassed, I returned the sweater to the office at Anodyne the next day with a note saying, "Sorry," unaware of whose sweater it really was. Looking back, I don't think I took your sweater by mistake. I've been undeniably drawn to you even before I knew your name. Back then, I could have never imagined that we would be here. I never expected this for myself. I never expected you. I never knew I could find someone that validates every part of me. I never knew two people could hold each other up so hard they defy gravity. But here we are, floating. I know I'm so lucky you're better partners because of it. We learned that our love is both effortless and intentional, and you have surprised me every step of the way. I find myself in awe of you. I could talk endlessly about your beauty and sarcastic sense of humor and infectious laugh. But it's your ability to feel things that most of us wouldn't dare that inspires me the most. You've shown me the strength in vulnerability and comfort in feeling. You continue to remind me to lean on you when I'm tired and broken, and that whatever is weighing me down, we can get it together. Today, I take you to be my partner for life. I promise to always live in truth with you and communicate fearlessly. I promise you will never be too much. I swear to love you with all I have and even harder on the worst days. I will never take our time for granted because forever is not nearly enough. I promise to always act with love and with respect. But most of all, I promise to always show up for us, for our future, every day, when times are hard, joyous, and boring. I promise to be present in the life we build together, and to love you for always.
Sam, your love
This love was never something that I expected. I never imagined finding someone who didn't make me feel small or make me feel shame in my shortcomings. Instead, you lift me up and you make me brave. You make me better. You bring me home to myself. You see me, you hear me, and love all of me in a way that I never thought I'd be lucky enough to experience. And I promise that I will never stop trying to show you the same love in return. I can't promise to be perfect, but here's what I can promise. I promise that my love will never be conditional or contingent. I promise to never take the magic that we have for granted. I promise to never stop celebrating the small things with you. I promise to always put in the hard work to make sure this relationship is healthy. I promise to never stop working to better myself and encouraging you to do the same. I promise to never stop forcing you to talk about your feelings. I promise to always laugh at your jokes, but laugh even harder when mine are better. I promise to never stop having fun with you. I promise to always be loyal, honest, kind, and considerate. I promise that even in our darkest times when things are falling apart around us, that you can feel safe in knowing that I'm always going to be on your side. I promise to always fight the world with you and fight for you. I promise to never take for granted the fact that my wife is also my very best friend. I promise to always hold space for you to grow in this marriage. Most of all, I promise to support you, encourage you, hold you up, have your back, and love you unconditionally in every moment of our beautiful life together. Thank you for choosing me, for loving me so perfectly, and for making our life together feel like a dream every single day. I can't wait to be your wife and to spend the rest of my life trying to make you as happy as you make me. I love you.
You guys ready to put some rings on some fingers? These rings serve as a reminder to continue building on the inevitable love that has always been brewing between you two since the very beginning. Kate, as you place this ring on Sam's finger, repeat these words after me. This ring symbolizes my love for you and the commitments we have made today.
This ring symbolizes my love for you.
Sam, as you place this ring on Kate's finger, repeat these words after me. This ring symbolizes my love for you and the commitments we have made today.
This ring symbolizes my love for you.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you as wives. You may kiss your bride.